So this should fill the hunter meter. So there's no point in trying to get the nodes anymore to get try to get the tracker out because the hunter is here. Ethan, hold it there, sleeper, comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. I'm curious, so we're gonna stay still. Good, good. And a hand pats down your coat. A hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. Ethan spins you around. He is wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he is terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put. He laughs a cruel laugh. That a sleeper thing. You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out of the belt loop without taking his eyes off you, making it to the eye though. That's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off of godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Who are you? Just a freelancer on contract. He reaches over and slides the rings around your wrists. Go easy. I'm gonna make a break for it. You see a chance the moment his eyes leave you. Watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Then the shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes into the wall beside your head. Ooh, almost a headshot. You freeze, and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine, trust me. I've seen it all before. He slips the rings over your trembling wrists. Ethan nudges you to start walking through the ship and home. He whistles. Go easy. You'll stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. Who hired you? We can work this out. Please stop. Who hired you? Your daddy's at Essen Orp. They want you home for dinner. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all this way out here just to head back to Essen Orp right away. That track of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you'd put up more chase, you know. A running battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walk on in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That Essen ARP tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own joke. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, muses Ethan, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we're headed off for an exit. He pauses and trudges on in silence. Okay, here's the idea, starts Ethan. You and me, we make a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns to you and faces him. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But he smiles. You come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles, and you pay me my tab. I don't shoot you. He pauses. You don't pay my tab. He rattles his handgun. You get the idea. I get it. You're letting me go? Yeah, I get it. Okay then. That sounds to me like a deal. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something at his belt and the rings release from your wrists. I'm going to see if I can find my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. He aims his handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you going to do? I'm going to get rid of that tracker. And once I get the chance. Still no upgrade points. Am I missing something on this? Because I have drives. I don't know what to do with the drives though. At least that's what the game tells me. Okay, Ethan's tab. We're gonna try to get rid of this tracker. Back to getting rid of this tracker. first, we are going to get food. Actually, I'm good on food for right now. For just this moment. So here's the Compressor Club. You see Ethan at a distance shouting from the bar for more drinks. This build isn't going to be small, is it? So I'm guessing once this fills up, then we have to pay his tab. So we have to pay his tab every 4 cycles. The dude just want to go on vacation. Who doesn't? Okay. So we are going to... Okay, so we don't have to pay his tab yet. So we are going to get some food. Going to cost 15. Start action. We're going to leave. We are going to sell some scrap. Is it here? I gotta remember where it was. It's at the market, I believe. The Ore Exchange, yes. Sell some of the scrap. We only get 12 cryo for it, though. We are gonna work a little bit. Is that ship back? We're gonna go work at the fancy place up here. The Greenway? No. The Haifa Commune. And do I want to work at the canteen or work the grow beds? Let's work at the canteen. So we're gonna start up. Ooh, that gave us quite a bit of clock gauge. I didn't see how many credits that gave me. Or cryo. Oh, that didn't give me any cryo. Crap. So I just wasted 2 good die. Okay, so there's only 1 node here. And it requires a Slack Greenway cipher. So we don't have one of those yet. So we're just going to head out, back across the gap. And we're going to check out the nodes here. So we have a 2, which opens up a lot of possibilities. So we're going to get the Siphon cipher. Drop that off. Bypass. Extract data. And that's going to give us another Solheim data. And we're going to go back to Fang's Bay. Drop this off. And we only need 1 more to get rid of this tracker. Okay, let's leave. And we're going to go rest at the, where was my home? The empty container, yeah. Like I said before, I'm happy in this container. I don't need some nice high-rise apartment. So we got some decent rolls. I think it's enough to get another Helheim data. So let's go ahead and switch. Check if we can get Solheim. My bad. So this requires a 4 or 2. So we're gonna drop off a 4 this time. Extract data. And I'm gonna get my last Solheim data. Let's go ahead and head back to Fang. Drop off the Solheim data. And get rid of this tracker. So let's leave and bang, there we go. As you enter the bay, Bang is nowhere to be seen. The banks of the servers and machines blink out of dark into staccato rhythms, unseen eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads. Fang's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by a hammer of a fist on a metal casing. These snaky shitheads. Who's snaky? Stay silent. Who's snaky? Sleeper. Fang's small head pops out from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I've been eager to see. Come back here. You pick up your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on any of the loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. Fang is sat in front of a set of monitors, mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Fang waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in this data. The table seems to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. Names, people, shitheads. Fang laughs. Maybe not all of them, but what kind of shitheads? Solheim or Havenage? Solheim? Bingo. He taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in, all the employees of the Eyes Original's owners, and he leans past you and scrolls down the list. This one. This is a snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with his finger. The name reads Hardin Hurst. Friend of yours? Who's Hardin? Friend of yours? Ben gives you a sideways look. Funny, you should say that, Sleeper. He drags the stool up beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be Hardin Hurst in Havenage. He waits for your reaction. In Havenage? Are you sure? Havenage. That's it. He's right here on the station now. Fang leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked on the station as a... Fang leans across to look the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Fang raises his eyebrow at you. So our Hardin was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He was defining priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Hardin shuttled thousands of palladium rush workers into an infrastructure, which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back to Solheim. How do you know this? So what? How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I am a child of the collapse. Fang turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships, they breathed Solheim air, and slept in Solheim beds. Fang's voice rises as he speaks, his hands fists on the terminal's edge. And the work that paid for that existence, the cycles of hard extraction out in the belt, Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in a long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. This guy, stabbing at Hardin once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. Surely can't be him, but how? Surely can't be him. Fang relaxes a little. Who knows? He turns to you and smiles. So we are going to find out. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Fang brings up a map of the lower eye. Havenage might be born out of Erland's revolutionary seal, but a flat hierarchy is not. Hardin happened to float to the top. Fang zooms in on the ship, the far yards. Fang grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid and they don't like anyone from systems sticking around their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of the Solheim executive. We need proof. Fang holds up a thumb-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive finger between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardin Hurst. He hands it over. Getting to the compound might be
tricky.
Fang puts his hand on your shoulder, but you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Fang grins. If you can't extract yourself a Havenage cipher from a Havenage agent, they sometimes carry them among their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. So what do you say? You up for it?
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew you'd be happy to catch this snake, and don't worry, once we nail this guy, I'll start work on that tracker of yours. I haven't forgotten. Fang scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send back here. There's something wrong here, and I aim to get the raw core of it. You leave Fang digging through data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as it once was. A vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Hardin. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems, looking for a new life. The hope of a better future, engineered to line someone else's pocket. It's an idea you are intimately familiar with. You think of Hardin, still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if its past is ever truly past. Okay, that was a lot of dialogue. Oof. Let us... So we have to help Fang chase down his leads before he can disable our tracker. But where do we put that worm? So we can track quests, but it doesn't show up on our map. Let's go ahead and eat and make some money first. So we're gonna eat. That'll fill our meter. Go to the Quartz Exchange. Play the exchange. Get some money. So we got 19 cryo for that. What do we get if we put a 3 in? We only got 12 cryo. Okay. So that'll be it for that. Let's go ahead and check the nodes though. See if we got anything special. I don't know how to chase his leads. I don't see where. I don't see. I wish it would tell me where to. It would highlight the objective once I track it. So we're just gonna have to look at every single place. Okay. So the scrap ship is back, but I found a good source of money already. We are going to wait one more cycle before I talk to Sabine again and get my medicine. So this is so you can build ship mine there, but I never have enough cryo to even worry about that. I shouldn't have unlocked the Foundress Ferry to the next section because the next section is not doing much for me right now. So let's go back to the container and rest for now. So the container and cycle.